Canada have had a very challenging season. They've had so much turnover, but they too have had great success here in Singapore. Winners in 2017, their only cup title. What a moment it was, and I know their former captain who played in that team, Nate Hirayama, is here today as well. As we see once more the plaudits from his teammates for Wais Nafunu. Underway in Pool B between Canada in the red and Fiji. That's low and flat and hard, and it's knocked down off Canadian hands, and then a bobble both ways. So it'll be Canada ball. It did come backwards off Canada to start, so they'll get to attack early through David Richard, who shovels it along the line. Canada, as I say, have had a huge number of player turnover. Here's one who's been around a little longer, Alex Russell, trying to create some space up the middle. Canada clear through the hands of Hindu, go width to width as the power runner Matt Awaru goes to ground, and Max Stewart clears away. Through the hands they go. Again, trying to find a seam in this Fiji defence. That's a good carry from the skipper, Burner. Fiji's defence pretty firm early. The continuity is nice from the Canadians. Here's Awaru again, trying to get around the outside. Crashes up over the 22 and just lays it back nicely for Stewart to clear. A little step and weave his way through. Pasilia not getting through there though. Will Pasilia, his brother Matt, has been part of this Canada team as well. Richard eventually goes to ground. It's hard work early on. This is the opening passage of play from the kickoff, and now some room up the middle. Lockie Kratz it is, who hits up to the 22. Nice quick ball this time for Richard to clear once more. Pasilia through the hands they go for Russell. Can't get around the outside of My Samoa, who has just reeled away. Really, My Samoa might be a finger as Canada keep the ball alive really well. Pressuring Fiji's line early. Kratz, Lockie Kratz just can't quite. That's crept up high, gets up, goes again. And Canada can fall over the line, Phil Burner. And there's going to be a yellow card in here too. Couple of high shots.
Yellow card, high tackle, no.
That's on Bukayaro, but it's Burner who gets the try, and Canada score first.
Wow, you wouldn't have picked it. 2 minutes of possession. The patience showed by Canada in this huge run. And it was Kratz, the awareness. He pops up, you must release the ball to keep playing on. He does so quicker than the Fiji team can handle. It did slip up to that tackle, but Burner goes in for the first try. Who would have called it?
Oh yeah, did get him high for sure, did Filipo Bukayaro. So Phil Burner in a scratch of the head. Yeah, got it wrong, Bukayaro. So he'll sit down for 2 minutes.
Yeah, hurts Fiji as the kick by Kratz goes astray. But the men's competition is so close, and I can say from first-hand experience, the World Series immediately prior to the Olympics is huge. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about qualification. And we've noticed, Ricky, probably this weekend and last, the starts from the top 5 teams have been a bit shaky.
Fiji sitting 3rd overall, so they are at the moment in one of those Olympic qualifying spots, but started to make some gains, whereas Canada has had a bit of a wretched old season. They're down in the relegation zone fighting for automatic survival, and they've made a nice start here, but now there's some pressure coming on from Nanduvalo, who loves Singapore. He loves the footwork. It's slick as you like. 10 tries here on debut last season. And Ruiviwa Nanduvalo strikes back for Fiji.
Some slick footwork indeed. So hard to believe he only made his debut last year. The way he's just ripped teams apart, and this is an example of it. Takes the outside with the goosey, flips him back inside, and one in and outs him. Oh, it's just beautiful to watch. Beautiful shot there from our camera work.
I don't know if Alex Russell enjoyed watching it from lying flat on his stomach, watching Nanduvalo go past him, but take heart, Alex, you ain't the only one he's done that to. It won't be the last either.
Fiji fans are on their feet. The athleticism that is required of the sport is just insane. 7 points, puts them 2 points ahead. But Canada hopefully still up to this task. They've got plenty more to give.
They'll get some ball for Alex Russell. And now a little space on the short side. Nicely done. Here's Burner, the captain again, the try scorer. And Fiji still down to 6 players here. Mukiato on the bench. Bin, rather. And they're going to get another penalty, Canada.
Let's get straight to your feet.
Using his feet, Nafungu.
Feet,
yeah. Nafungu caught there, but Fiji putting heaps of pressure in on the rucks, which is awesome for them, but when you've only got 6 on the field, that's what's creating the space for Canada as they get a beautiful touch finder.
Yeah, perfect.
And Fiji now will go back to 7.
Mukiato back out there. You see him trotting on there. Back. Influential member of this Fiji team. Big throw for Pasilia. Oh, did really well to hold on to that at the front. And then it's squirreled away on the Fiji side, spilled forward. And here's Nothungu. This is where Fiji are so dangerous, as we've already seen. My Samoa, oh, the offload sticks in the hands, and Nanduvalo on the shoulder is going to go bang bang for Fiji. Silky skills from the Fijians.
Oh, how many times do we see that? Uluvanaka to all the Fiji supporters out here today. So good to see you, every city in the world they come out. But this has gone from try line to try line. It was my Samoa drawing in the 2 players. But this guy is just on fire. It just makes your heart smile, doesn't it, Ricky?
Watching Fiji in full flight is one of the great pleasures in world sport. And that is what they are doing early doors here in Singapore, where they are the defending champions. And they now lead Canada 14 points to 5.
Yeah, they won this tournament last year, and they're actually yet to win a tournament on the World Series this season. That's why the fans are so up for their team this year.
There's a couple of those fans in there are massively hedging their bets, because I'm pretty sure they've got a South African player and a New Zealand player on the T-shirt while waving the Fiji flag. So you've got some good odds there somewhere.
It's all love, baby.
Here's Canada just try and hassle their way back into this, and it's scooped up by the long rangy Talatolo, and the bounce is brilliant for Natungu. That's where he's so good up the middle there.
High tackle first, over the shoulder.
Now it's Canada's turn to concede penalties and having to backtrack. My Samoa for the man in his 50th, Natungu. Create some meters up the middle. Oh, popped into the hands of Awaru. And now Canada might fancy themselves to counter here on the break. Will Pasilia and Russell going to take on Talathola around the outside, and Talathola's massive long arm just grabbed the back of the shorts, hauled him back in, but Russell goes again. Awaru up the middle, where he's so dangerous. That's come off Fiji bodies here, and can't pick it up from there.
Touched you in the tackle, yes, but you're offside.
It was Awaru too who initially intercepted the ball from a Fijian offload, as Canada will choose their set piece. They'll look to choose a scrum, but this man here, he's had some block-busting runs this season, but that awareness even on defence as well, he's really proven his worth.
Awaru made his debut in Vancouver in 2029, still only 22 years of age, but he's really solid. Has he got that kind of nuggety look?
Yeah, you absolutely need that physical presence in a sevens team, and he carries it very well. As we're in overtime here in the first half.
Bind.
And Canada will get the last throw of the dice.
Set.
Deep into overtime here in this opening half, as Ruby said, and Canada look to scoot away once more, and holding on to the ball and keeping his feet was Richard, did really well. David Richard, who's just making his way back into the team after injury. Here is Awaru at the end, slaps my Samoa away. Bit of a don't argue. And now Lockie Kratz for Russell, who's been busy in this half. Alex Russell trying to bust his way through. Fiji can't get hands on ball here, and Canada looking good on attack. One slightly awkward for Burner, who opened the scoring in the match for Canada. Pasilia
Knock on, half time.
Throws a difficult ball, it goes to ground, and Fiji do go into the half with the lead in this Pool B match. It's 14-5 Fiji. Two tries to Guiviwa Nanduvalo for Fiji has given them a 14-5 lead at half-time over Canada in their opening match Pool B. French fans happy with their team's performance early on, and the Fiji fans always up for it.
Everyone's so happy to be here. It's been amazing at the Singapore 7 so far.
All in front.
Oh, mistake from Fiji. I
All
think he
in
said
front.
all in front, the ref, yeah. All six
Three
of the
players
rest
out
of
the
them
front.
getting a flyer, so a mistake straight away. And we heard Ben Gollings, their coach at half-time, basically say 0-0, reset. Probably didn't want that sort of start.
It is so tempting as a player when your kicker goes to kick off to get as close as possible, but a little bit too close that time, Fiji. And Canada, who we saw had 24 carries compared to Fiji's only 8 at half-time, about to put that mahi or that work back in.
Bind.
Thomas Isherwood onto the field for Canada, the 23. As the ball comes out and Isherwood scoots away, trying to work a move from the scrum with Canada. They change the point of attack, swinging back over to the left between Burner and Warren now. Oh, good offload up the middle, and then a lovely little flick ball out the back of the hands. The bounce is really kind for Brennan Prevost, who just goes to ground. But this is exciting stuff from Canada as they build forward through the captain. Burner again just dragged down by Nothunga. It's nice quick ball for Isherwood, who delivers quickly too. And then getting on the end of the chain is Richard in the corner. That's a great strike from Canada. They're going to have a little look at the grounding of the foot.
Checking try or no try, Nick.
What a well-worked move from Canada.
We're going to have another look, but this has been sensational for Canada. As we see, Richard, is his left foot out? No, it's not. To me, that grounding's good.
Okay, have a decision.
Yes.
You may award the try.
No bother, try given. Canada back into it. Great work from Richard.
What can't you do, Canada? They are playing number 3. They're ranked number 14 themselves. But this guy, Oworu, taking on the Fijian defence himself, creates that nice little loop overlap. Still plenty of work, though, for Richard. He dived over and did his country proud. Canada have been through a lot themselves as a union, but today, oh, how good was that kick, Ricky? In off the post even. But today they're doing their country proud. And they're only 2 points behind the heavy hitters, Fiji.
14-12 now. Fiji leading Canada.
Okay, good to go. Time on.
Retention crucial here. Canada will be looking to try and get this ball back.
Scooping it straight up the middle. It's going to fall into Fiji hands. Nicely taken down to that Canada playing without Josiah Mora for this one, who's been really good for them this season. But it's Fiji's turn to build through my Samoa, and then on the outside, Mofine Fangi returning to the squad for the first time since Sydney last week. Palatholo goes to ground, and it'll be the big man Sebuloni Mofine Fangi to clear away. They're more than comfortable playing in this area of the field, Fiji, because they know they can break out of nowhere with a lower. And this is where they're so dangerous. They press and probe and side to side and look for the runners coming off the shoulders. Prevo's done really well to get out of there, first of all. He got out of the way. Canada blew through, and then, oh yeah, just couldn't quite bring it in. Isherwood, they made a nice mess of it. If there's such a thing to make a nice mess, Canada just there.
You're not playing the ball, but you've still forced it out with your hands, so it's a knock-on.
Beautiful clarification there from the ref. Isherwood wanted to know why. I would too. The pressure he put on at that ruck forced Fiji to juggle it, and it didn't come up his way. But look at this. He's over the ball, first of all. Then he forces the Fijian player to nearly go off his feet. He comes from an onside position and forces my Samoa to juggle it.
Fine.
Just excellent pressure on D from Isherwood.
Sit.
See if they can put some more on here, Canada. Just the 2 points. As Lilawa scoots away for Fiji. Bolafa, Napoleone Bolafa returning as well to the side, and that's great work over the ball. Lockie Kratz was it this time, as Canada get a roll on here through Russell. Isherwood ever present since coming on. Richard, the try scorer, clears away. Here's Prevo, and just keeping it in as well does Richard. Canada only won one of their last 8 matches. That was last week. They've got a chance to go ahead of Fiji here. Passes sticking, offloads good for Cal Sager. Needs some support. Oh, he's big and strong though. Cal Sager just half a metre out from the line, but Manueli Samoa locked in over that ball to save the day for Fiji. And away they go.
Wow.
Canada has to track back really quickly, because Fiji will bust out from their own goal line. And it is the long loping limbs of Palatholo is going to go end to end for Fiji and absolutely break Canadian hearts.
Canada should be proud, but the moment belongs to Talatolo. He ran that whole field. And just the gameplay from Bolatala. Oh, end-to-end stuff. Canada giving their all on attack, and they just didn't have any left for the defense. But Talatolo, as you can see, the heart just breaking of the next gen for Canada. He knows how close they were. I'm going to say 20 centimetres in it. 20 centimetres out from scoring a try. Turnover.
Cal Sager within a whisker at one end, and then up the other end they go.
And Bolata set him up, and Talatolo went the whole way.
Still time here though for Canada. 21-12. A couple of scores.
Still a Fiji player. I think it's Talatolo down in the dead goal. That's why we're just having a little bit of a hold up. It's Fijians' ball, but carry on they do.
There's Talatolo walking along to the back of the goal line now. We've got plenty of firepower at Fiji, but it's Canada who have to respond again. They've done so well so far in this match. Oh, that's a good strong carry from Elias Hancock. Really connected well. Is Sager going to get away with that one there?
Leave it, White, leave it.
Fiji penalty goes against them.
Ruck formed, second attempt.
Such a fine line between when you have rights to the ball to when it becomes a ruck. As we have Canadian Ngongo entering the game.
But yeah, that fine line that those players tread at the ruck, Ruby, that's your area.
Yeah, absolutely. And as soon as opposing team members touch, or your teammate grabs on to seal that ruck, it becomes a ruck, and it's such a fine line. and it pays to just quickly understand what the ref defines as that. As the Canadian kick goes out and actually collects the cameraman too.
Right, Reese Nick gets knocked off the Segway. It's a great touch finder though from Isherwood. He's put his team 10 metres onside Fiji's side of halfway. They need to strike here, Canada. Time's against them now. That's a great flat ball. Good tackle made on Lockie Kratz though. And then just coming through, Hasley, ball left behind it, scooped up by Ngongo. Hancock and now Isherwood. Gong's gone. And Isherwood's going to step and offload's good too. Prevo, his Fijian defenders come flying at them. Don't want to concede another here before the full time. Penalty will be given and that'll be it for Fiji to get through. But Canada's thrown plenty at them and shown some really good signs in this match.
Oh, they absolutely have. Such a valiant effort has Canada had. They've made Fiji tackle 31 times and Canada's only made 8, so it shows they've put all the pressure on Fiji, made them work on defence. Plenty to be proud of, but Fiji ranked 3rd, champions moving forward.
Champions on the board in their first match. They take it out 21-12 over Canada.